Hello again everyone, Age of June here, and we are back casting another League of Legends game. As you can tell, last season these people were gold and above, except for that one who's not ranked, or wasn't ranked. But they are all higher elo this season, I believe. And, should be fairly interesting. It has both Elise and Syndra, who are people who are apparently fairly popular right now in, people want to see them both. So I decided that this would be an excellent game. They are both on the same team as well. So we'll have to see how this ends up turning out. It looks like the purple team has Cho'Gath top, would be my guess. He might be mid. But my guess would be top, probably versus Elise. We're going to have Syndra versus Swain. Jarvan versus Xin. And then the supports are going to be Soraka versus Sona and Ezreal versus Graves. So it looks like there was no invade at all. The purple team was ready for defending. The blue team decided not to invade at all. But the blue team is going to go ahead and get double golems for the bot lane. While the rest of the blue team is grabbing wolves and then blue buff, obviously. And the purple team is just getting wolves and blue buff as well. So Cho'Gath is on his way up back up top. And okay, yes, it does look like Syndra is going to be going mid, so yeah, it's going to be Cho'Gath versus Elise for sure. So alright, it's currently the LCS apparently, so apparently it's been like every day for the past 2 or 3 days, so I didn't realize it was going to be that way, so it took a little while before I could cast a game. I'd get on, get ready to cast a game, only to find out that, hey, the LCS is on, and they want me to know it. So, yeah. But on the plus side, I had games stockpiled due to the last time this happened to me, specifically the Season 3 release, with that one I actually would not have had enough. I had one extra game stockpiled, so I didn't actually end up missing out on anything this time. But for that one was a couple weeks long, so I definitely did not have enough. It looks like Jarvan's going to come in for a gank here. He does have red buff, and Swain is being very cautious though. There's no ward here, and yeah, they really were not able to do anything. He is, as you saw, playing super cautious, staying on this side, so there's really no way you can gank without coming this way. And that's not going to happen, not at this level of the game. And there's no turret diving for sure, because they're all level 2 or 3. So, turret dives don't go so well. Down bottom, looks like the blue team is coming out a little bit ahead, but Graves is doing quite a bit of damage to Ezreal, honestly. Ezreal's done damage to both of them, but Ezreal's taken a lot of damage himself. So, we'll have to see what happens there. Cho'Gath versus Elise, it looks like it's fairly equal right now. Cho'Gath's going to go ahead and fall back. Elise might do so afterwards, we'll have to see. But Cho'Gath definitely did go ahead and go all the way back. Here's a ping down bottom. It looks like Syndra and Jarvan are going to come in. Here comes the Jarvan. And nothing really happens there. He just kind of comes in and walks away. So, not the best gank there. I'm not sure why they decided to go that way. At this level in the game, you're not going to be able to turret dive or anything, so I think, I'm not altogether certain. They were hoping that the purple team would continue pushing, would be my guess. Because had the purple team continued pushing, they actually might have been able to pull something off there. Because purple team been up here, they could have exhausted and slowed and pretty much done quite a bit of stuff with the 4 of them and just killed one before they got back. But that didn't end up happening because the purple team was not pushing. But Xin is actually coming in for a gank now. The blue team oddly has a ward in Tribush and not in River, so they have no idea. And in comes the Xin, goes in on the Ezreal. Ezreal flashes out, but Xin flashes to him. Ezreal uses his regular flash to get out the rest of the way. There's Soraka flash as well. And there is the slow on the Xin, so the blue team does end up making out of that. Just barely, but they do make it out. Definitely, Soraka definitely needs to ward Tribush. As blue, I typically ward Tribush first, or River. She needs to ward River. I tend to like warding River early in the game and then start warding Tribush later, because you're not going to have an instance where the jungle is going to invade and come in this way, usually this early in the game. It does happen, but it's a whole lot more rare. So I've found that ward-wise, it's better to ward river and then just ignore Tribush for the first 5 minutes. Usually right around now is when I start warding Tribush as well. So Xin actually just came in for a gank on Syndra as well, but if you notice, she did stay over here. That's something you definitely want to make sure to do if you're mid. Ward one side and then stick on that side. As long as she has this warded, she knows she's safe from over here, so she could just hang out over here and not have to worry about any ganks coming from over here. If Xin came all the way up here, well, that's fine. She could take off that way, take off this way, do whatever. So Jarvan is actually top. He's wanting to get a lane gank in here. Cho'Gath is coming out, and now in comes the Jarvan. Missed the pop-up from that. In comes the Xin as well, so Elise is on the run now. The Cho'Gath just silenced them and ignited her. She just went up into her thing up there. She does come down and goes down, but it looks like, yes, Xin does end up going down to the tower and getting the kill for Jarvan. Unfortunately for Elise, she got nothing out of that. She did not end up hitting anybody. So she is going to be behind top. There is an assist for Cho'Gath, and there is nothing for her. She's also a little bit behind in CS, but not too much. But the really big thing there is that he did get an assist, and she did not. She didn't get a kill, didn't get an assist, didn't get anything out of that except for death. So she's missing out on a lot of CS and XP, and Cho'Gath got extra XP and money. So she definitely came out behind on that one. It was a good attempt at a gank, but due to the counter gank from the Xin's out, it did not end up coming out quite like they would hope. Mid lane, it looks like they're still mostly ignoring each other to some extent. They are both 6, so they are going to have to worry about that. They are both getting blue buff, if you notice. The Xin is giving it to Swain, and the Jarvan is giving it to Syndra. Very nice of them to do that. There's the blue buff to Swain, and now Xin's going to mop up and clean it up. Down bottom, not much is happening. So Syndra and Swain both have their blue buff, and they are getting a lot more powerful. Syndra is actually a level behind Swain. Oh, she's not anymore. But she actually is behind because this ended up being the same mini wave, and she ended up coming up behind. So she's going in on him, and she is going to take him down, too. She just completely annihilated him. I would like to watch that again. That was pretty cool. Alright, so they came back from their blue buffs. We saw that, and she just went in all out on him, and he just was not able to do it. Swain is one who is not really bursty, but he's got great survivability normally, so he went in and ulted here, and she knew it. She looked at his mana and saw that he really doesn't have much. She used that, did end up stunning him, and then she just popped him down with her ult and ignite. So he just went down like crazy there, and he just lost his blue buff that he just got. So Xin's not happy, Swain's not happy, but Syndra's really happy. She still has this new blue buff. It's really not going to extend the time very much, but all in all, she's ahead of Swain now by quite a bit for that little bit. So down bottom, blue team just still hasn't pushed to the tower. The ward is here in this tri-bush, or not tri-bush, but river bush. So they are going to see if somebody decides to come, but they're not going to have a lot of warning. I don't like warding here just because it's not really that much warning. You only have from here to here, and if it's if it's even a slightly fast jump, you're gonna get caught and you're gonna be in trouble. So I always like to ward up here, as I've showed in the video a few days ago, or about a week ago now. But Xin is actually coming in. This ward is picking him up, so Elise is getting out of there. The pop-up from Cho'Gath did not end up landing, so she's doing a little harass to the Xin. Does end up landing her stun on him, so he is going to go back. She does use her spider to go ahead and harass the Cho a little bit. So Xin's going to go back. That was an unsuccessful gank, and he is sad. There is Swain back in action. He's actually really low already. She does have her ulti, so she does take him down again. So he just got back out, and he went down again. And that is really not a good sign for Swain. It's a great sign for the blue team. They're going to go ahead and get a free dragon out of this. They have no defense from the bot lane. Graves had to go back. And they have nothing from mid. So the blue team's going to get a free dragon. And Syndra getting fed is really nice because she is actually, from what I've seen, pretty strong now when it comes to late game if she can get fed. So she is definitely getting there. Let's take a look at the levels here. If you notice, Swain is at 7, Syndra is at 9, which is a huge difference mid lane. and he is in a lot of trouble from that. And as you saw there, she was able to just take him down from 100 to nothing with one little bit of combo. With one combo. Her ignite should be up soon. Yeah, it's getting pretty close, and it'll be on shortly after her ulti, so she may end up taking him down again pretty quickly. She did see him ward this, so she went ahead and called out to her jungler that, hey, this is warded. But now Xin is actually thinking about coming in. She's going in on Swain. She is doing a lot of damage to him. He missed his stun. She does not end up getting him. Now Xin came in, but Jarvan is coming in to help out. There's the heal from Soraka. So now Syndra just went off and destroyed that Xin with the final kill going to Jarvan with his spear. And now Swain's on the run trying to get out of this. If Elise notices, she can come down. Oh, I did not notice that bot lane came down here to help, so let's take a look at that. Alright, so Graves came in from the river here. Syndra was low, so he was easily able to just burst her down like crazy. Down she goes. Jarvan came in, used his ulti on him, is trying to take him down, but unfortunately Jarvan does not quite have the damage, so now he's on the run. He used his ability to get out of that stun. If he hadn't done that, he would have died there because he would have gotten stuck. But because of his little jump to flag ability, he was able to escape that with no problem. So that was very nicely played by him, and that was pretty good for Graves too, because he did get a kill out of that, and the AD carry getting a kill is nice. So Graves is going to go ahead and come back down. In the meantime, Ezreal was just hitting this tower. He really wasn't able to do too much there, but he was able to do quite a bit of damage to this tower. So a good idea if you are bottom and your lane has left and you know you're not going to be able to get there in time to save them. If you see them running away, follow them. But if it's too late, like you just see them suddenly mid, go ahead and push to the tower so you can get a bit of damage on that tower. Xin is actually coming in over here. It is warded through Tribush, so the blue team knows. So Zin's not going to be able to take them down. They are falling back all the way to their tower. There we go. And now I think Elise might be coming up here for a gank. She is picked up by this ward, so the purple team knows she's there, and Cho'Gath is going to go ahead and fall back. He's really low though, so she could probably take him out under tower if she decides to. So yeah, he's going to keep running past the tower. He's going to just fall back all the way, which is a really good idea on his part. Had he stayed at tower to go back, he would be dead right now. So Zin's pushing mid because he knows that she is gone. He knows that now is a great time for him to go ahead and shove this as hard as possible. Swain went up top to defend on the off chance Syndra decided to push. And down bottom, the purple team is also pushing. So all lanes are currently pushed for purple team. And now the blue team, Syndra is back mid. She is defending it. There is a whole bunch of pings on Xin Zhao, who is coming down bottom. But Jarvan is coming around behind him. It looks like Xin Zhao is thinking about stealing this red, but it isn't there. So now Jarvan sees him, and they start going in on it. The blue team bot lane is coming up. The Syndra is coming down. So it looks like we do have a team fight in the making here. Jarvan goes in, pops the Xin Zhao up. In comes the Syndra. There's the ulti from Jarvan as well. Syndra goes in. Down goes the Xin Zhao to Ezreal. And now Syndra is on the other side of the mid from Swain, but Swain's going to go ahead and fall back because she is able to take him down. He does try to stun her in that bush, but it doesn't end up working. So now Jarvan is actually going to go ahead and try to take this blue buff. It is warded, so Swain is coming, but now Swain just got caught. Oh, he did flash away from that stun, so he did not get caught by that. Sona came over to ward it, but it's really not going to be enough. The blue team is here, and there's really not enough defenses here to go ahead and take this. Jarvan is going to go ahead and take it. There we go. So down bottom, Ezreal was able to keep Graves and Sona here, as well, Ezreal and wow, Soraka. I actually haven't seen her in a long time. She's not very popular this season from what I've seen. Forgot her name. Alright, so Ezreal just went in, did a little bit more harass under tower. Swain is coming down. He is picked up by this ward. So they know he's coming, so they're falling back now. Ezreal is actually pretty low there. He took quite a bit of damage from them. Swain is coming in. There's the Soraka heal. So he's under the tower now, taking a lot of damage. He's going to try to take Ezreal out beforehand, but he does... Oh, he actually survives this, yes. The minions are going in on him, though. But they are not able to kill him, and he is in this bush. Soraka's there. So he's going in on her. She does end up taking him down, but he gets a kill out of it too. So that ends up being a 2-for-1. He got the kill for both of them, which means he is far closer to being caught up to Syndra now. Syndra is 2-1-2. He is 2-3-0. He is still behind her, but not nearly as far behind her as he was before that game. Up bot lane, Elise is keeping Cho'Gath quite nicely pushed the towers in. Is coming in for the gank. She knows it. She decided to do a little bit of harass there to him. She jumped up and jumped to Xin and then used her ability to bind him, but there's the pop-up from Cho'Gath. She's slowed. She's trying to get out of this. I don't think she's going to make it. They are going to turret dive her. She is dead. So yes, she does go down. Syndra's coming up for the gank, the counter gank. I don't think she's going to get there in time. Cho'Gath and Xin are going to successfully make it away, but she is going to be able to defend this tower. Jarvan, in the meantime, is actually pushing the enemy tower and taking it down, or at least trying to do as much damage as possible. I don't think he's going to be able to take it down, but he is going to do a decent amount of damage to it. Bot lane is still defending their tower. The purple team's tower has definitely taken most of the hits. Actually, quite a bit of damage just went in on Ezreal there. He's not dead yet. Oh, and now he's dead. Graves... That burst from Graves is just amazing sometimes. He used his Q, I believe, and his ulti and just took Ezreal down all the way dead. So Jarvan was coming down to go ahead and possibly come around behind them, but he decided against it, and now the purple team looks like they're thinking about going in on Dragon here, not Baron. So Jarvan is here to defend it if need be. He was picked up by this ward, so they know he's around here somewhere, and they are being fairly cautious. I think they keep seeing him here. I believe this gives vision. Let's see. Purple team, no, I don't think it does give vision of him. No. But they do know he's somewhere around there, so they're being fairly cautious. It reached only to here, so they didn't see him walking back and forth, but they knew he was around there somewhere, and he hadn't come back. Oh, wow. Did not see that. So, alright. What happened there? I know Syndra killed Swain, but how? So, okay, so this is where he was walking back and forth. He went back, and they do know that he's there now. So Xin is coming up for the gank. Syndra is trying to get a little harass on the Swain. She does have a couple balls going around. She does use that, throws it out there, slows him a little. No, actually, she didn't even hit him. So she just uses her ulti and just goes in all the way. She does ignite him, and he just dies, and Xin is able to help that. He did ignite her as well, so the ignite was what killed her because of the Xin. So it was a good counter gank. She did end up getting a 1-for-1 trade, but it might not have been the best, but really, there really wasn't much she could do because she was far up there. So now Zin's going in on the Jarvan. Jarvan doesn't really care. He's popping him up. They're just doing a little trading, but I don't think either one is going to stick around long enough to kill the other. So Jarvan's going to go ahead and fall back first. Zin's going to harass him back a little bit, but nobody's going to die out of this. Unless one stays out too long, but I do not believe that's going to be the case. Xin is still going in on Jarvan, but yeah. So Elise is up here doing quite a bit of harass to Cho, but he is Cho, and he has 6 stacks. So she's not really able to do nearly enough damage to kill him. He is entirely too tanky for that. But she is able to keep him pretty low here. He's at about a quarter health. So he is gonna have to go back here. He is 12, she's 11. He's not gonna go back. Okay. I thought he was gonna go back, but apparently not. Down bottom, a little bit of harass on Sona. Ezreal got a little harass from Sona, but not nearly as much as he did to her. So he's just farming here. They're going in on the Sona. He did have to flash out of that, or Ezreal flash out of that, because Graves was coming in, and that Graves burst was amazingly nasty. So he's trying still to do a decent amount of damage to Sona. She's at about a quarter health. She is going to be fine, though. Soraka actually silenced the Graves, and now Ezreal looks like he wants to go in on this. So he did get hit by the Sona. He was just dancing there. And now there's a double kill for... Oh, not really a double kill, but a 2-for-0 down bottom. But in the meantime, it looks like Syndra and Swain got into it again in mid lane. That was a very good Sona ult, by the way. He would have died had it not been for that. Graves would have died emptily with no purpose. So let's see what happened here. Down bottom, that's where all the action was going there. She does put a ball there. She grabs it and hits him with it to slow him down. He flashes out to her, hits the bind on her, and she is just destroying him as well, and they just kill each other, and they, have some nice little cuddle time afterwards. Raven doesn't want to be part of that, though. So that was a 1-for-1 trade there. 2 for 0 down bottom. Definitely better for the purple team than the blue team. Elise, yet again, has Cho'Gath down to about a bit under half health, but he's also harassing her, and she is boom now. So she's not able to do too much. Purple team is going to go ahead and grab this Baron. Jarvan is here, so he's probably thinking about stealing it, but there's really not too much he can do. He's just going to, my guess would be chill out here. His smite is up, right? Yeah, his smite is up, so he's here, and he's ready to try to smite steal it if he can. But he's not going to be able to because there are 3. He is coming in, and he did not end up smite stealing. He tried, but Xin actually did get it, so he just flashed over that wall to escape. It was a good attempt, but it didn't end up working out. But like I said, it was definitely a good attempt. It's very nice to be able to successfully smite steal the enemy. It feels really good, but didn't end up happening. Cho is actually really low here. He's going to have to go back soon, I think. Elise is low enough she can't turret dive him, I think. Oh, never mind. That's she turret dives. He does take her down. She tried to use her ability to go up and get immune to the tower, but it was able to get that last hit off on her. That's what she was trying to use that to go up for. But she was a little bit too low. He did eat her and was able to take her down. But that means that he did lose a few of his stacks. I'm not sure exactly how many. I think it's half. Yeah, he's down to 3 stacks now. So blue team just got the purple team's turret down here. Ezreal just got it along with Soraka. So that's a little bit of global gold for the blue team. Might help push them back in the lead. They are still a little bit behind on gold, but it will definitely help them out. Ezreal's going in on the red buff here. Syndra is back mid, just farming up a bit. Just look at her. She's 150 CS versus 106. That's a pretty huge difference there. Let's see, 50, yeah, let's just say 50 CS to about 20 gold per. It's actually underestimated, but yeah, that's about 1,000 gold there. She's going in again. She does use her ulti and ignites him as well. She flashes over and does manage to take him down. Now she's trying to escape from Xin Zhao here. Xin Zhao is going in though, so she is doing her best. She does stun him, and now she's running away. He does have his jump though, so he's probably going to jump to her fairly soon. Oh, there's the Soraka ulti to heal her up, and there's the Jarvan ulti to stick him in there, but unfortunately she was unwise enough to get close enough that he was able to jump out and onto her. So he ended up not dying, and she died because of that. Something you want to think about if Jarvan has him in there, don't go back close enough that he could jump to you. If you can use your abilities on him, he can use his abilities on you. Had she been higher in life, that would have been fine. But she was entirely too low life, so he was just able to one-shot her and then get out of that with no problem because she was the main damage dealer there. Graves and Sona are just kind of chilling in this bush. They're wanting to go in and gank here. Jarvan is coming in. He is going to get picked up by that, so they're going to go ahead and fall back. They were known because of this ward as well. So they were just chilling there, thinking they were going to be all smart and stuff, but they were seeing the whole time. Jarvan's chasing down, wanting to go in on this, but the rest of the blue team is saying, no, don't do it! And now Swain is coming down, so they're going to have to be cautious. They are falling back. Xin is coming in as well. There's the Sona slow. Ezreal flashes out of that. There's Soraka dancing with the Sona ulti. Soraka is going to go down, though, to the Graves. So it was a good gank there. Nicely landed Sona ult. It would have been nice if it could have landed on a few more, but it didn't end up doing it. So in the meantime, though, Syndra is just going to go ahead and do a lot of damage to this tower. I don't think she's going to take it. It's gone. So she did end up getting a tower out of that. Tower-wise, it is now 3 towers to 1 tower. So gold-wise, the blue team is back in the lead. There was a random flash. It was a flash, right? Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I have a feeling he just kind of fat-fingered the F key and jumped up. Because he just flashed for that, and he didn't really want to. Or at least just took out the Cho'Gath. I'd like to see what happened there. Let's see. He's pretty high on life. There's all that excitement happening there. Alright, so she did a little bit of damage there, and now he's trying to run away. He's at about half health. She's doing quite a bit of damage, but again, he is Cho'Gath, so it doesn't seem like that much. There's still a lot more. So she uses her spider, launches at him, she ignites him, and that's probably a large part of it. She flashes out, comes down, lands on him, and just kills him, but Xin came in to help. He was able to kill her afterwards, but She did end up getting the kills in, tried to save him. Tried to save Cho'Gath, but did not end up being able to completely save him. So now Syndra's here versus Swain and Graves, and now Jarvan's coming to help as well because the blue team realizes that the purple team is kind of grouping here. So they're going to go ahead. Syndra just gets a little harass in. Jarvan is pushed back by the Swain. There's the Syndra ulti on the Graves, but it did end up... Graves did end up surviving. Jarvan came in as well. And now there's the Jarvan ulti on the Xin Zhao and the Sona, keeping them under tower just. Xin Zhao does go down. Graves goes down to Ezreal as well. Now Swain is in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, Ezreal and Jarvan are low, so they are going to have to be very cautious as well. So they did end up killing 2 for 1, so this fight was definitely in the blue team's favor there. And it got Ezreal 2 kills, which is also great for the blue team. Ezreal is now 3-3-1 with 199 CS versus 3-1-4 with 184. So, I'm not sure what the ping here was. I don't know if they were just saying, don't you get my farm or what. But they just did want Swain there, so he's going to go ahead and fall back. The mid lane, in the meantime, is pushing mid. Thinking about going in on this tower as punishment for the enemy going in and trying to take down their tower. They are almost all here except for Syndra. There's a lot of damage going in on Swain, so he's going to have to ulti to get that kind of life back. But it is Swain, so his ulti's on a really low cooldown. The only problem with it is it does suck down mana like crazy, so he's going to have to fall back. He would not be able to ulti again. He does get hit by that, but luckily his back goes off just beforehand. So they are going to focus down this tower. Jarvan is just tanking it. There's the Syndra ulti on Sona. Not quite enough to take it down, and she did successfully dodge the Ezreal ulti, but the blue team is still pushing because they are all here and they are all high on health. Syndra's stunned, and now they're going to go ahead and fall back because Syndra is actually at about half health. There's the heal from Soraka. Lots of pings going on saying fall back. So the entire blue team is indeed falling back. The purple team is chasing them down. Cho'Gath isn't here, so it might not be the best idea. It is 4 versus 4 at the moment, though, so honestly they are tied. And Syndra's almost back up to full health thanks to Soraka. There's a lot of pings going down here on Dragon, so the blue team knows that the purple team wants to go in on this. They want to go in on it themselves, so they're just kind of pushing everyone back, getting vision to Dragon, trying to make sure that the enemy isn't doing Dragon. But the purple team is actually going in on it now. Ezreal's doing a little bit of harass there, poking them down. There's the Cho'Gath pop-up on Ezreal. Syndra's coming in now. There's the Syndra ball. Xin did successfully secure that with his smite. There is the Sona ulti making everybody dance. Down went the Ezreal. Down goes the Jarvan and the Soraka at the same time. Elise is now trying to get out of here as fast as possible. She has nothing else to click on, so she comes right back down. Syndra is the only one who made it out of that alive, and nobody died at all for the purple team. Definitely a great battle for the purple team. They got Dragon and 4 kills for nothing. So they're going to go ahead and take this tower, Cho'Gath is, while the rest of his team comes up here and goes in on Baron. There is the dead tower, and here comes the dead Baron. Baron's doing quite a bit of damage to Zen, but I think he'll be fine. Sona is here to help heal, and Cho'Gath is here as well. So they're going to go ahead and take this Baron. Nothing the blue team can do. They are all just coming up. Down goes Baron. And Ezreal tried to snipe it with his ult. Would have hit it at least, but it's long gone. So Syndra is trying to get this blue buff. Cho'Gath is here to keep her back. He does use his pop-up, and it does end up making Syndra back off enough to reset the blue buff. Now Cho'Gath is going to go back. Graves is going back. The entire purple team is going back. Blue team is just going to go ahead and secure their buffs. Elise came over to help, and Syndra does have blue buff now. Very nice. Ezreal, I believe, got red. Yes, Ezreal did get the red buff. Jarvan and Ezreal are both pushing back down bottom. And Syndra's going to go ahead and go back. Looks like she has enough money to buy something. And I have a feeling that Ezreal does not really appreciate Jarvan helping him CS, because he's not really helping. He's kind of grabbing the CS. So that was what the ping back there was. That would be my guess. Saying, go away, this is my farm. But Graves did just get red buff as well. So Ezreal versus Graves, red buff. Usually what you're going to see around this time. 30 minutes, red buffs usually go to the AD carries. And it's really the way you want it, because they're able to launch further away. There's the stun from the Syndra. I think she just used... Did she have Deathfire Grasp? I thought so, yeah. She just used Deathfire Grasp on Sona and really didn't do much damage at all. Alright, well, whatever. It does have a fairly cool, short cooldown, though. So, looks like Cho'Gath is coming down to help. He is going to run into Elise. Elise is high. Graves is there. She does land her stun on him. He lands his pop-up on her. Now Graves and Cho'Gath are coming down bottom. Syndra's actually pretty low. That Graves ulti did hit her, but she did end up surviving that. A little bit more damage and she would have been dead. And that's definitely what he was going for. So now the purple team has it in for this tower. They're wanting this because the blue team is at least somewhat scattered. Now the purple team is actually going top. The blue team is all mid defending. Elise is up top defending, so she's going to do her best to defend this. Cho'Gath and Xin are still there. She did end up missing her stun there and shooting it the complete opposite of the direction she wanted to. So there we go. The Syndra came in to help as well. Xin just went in on her. She had to flash to get out of it. There is Elise coming in. She did use her ability. There's the ulti from Syndra. Ultra from Cindy. No. There's a lot of damage going on. Nobody is dead yet. Jarvan is slightly stuck there. The Swain did successfully take down the Syndra. Jarvan is in trouble here. He's got everybody on him. He is going to go down as well. Soraka just went down because she was entirely too far forward, so she went down. That is... Where did Ezreal die? I didn't even notice Ezreal die. Apparently he died before Syndra. Sorry about that. Missed him. So that is 4 for 0 again, and Elise is the only one up. She's not going to be able to defend this. She will probably be able to defend this until Ezreal and Soraka come up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the purple team knows that she would probably be able to defend it, so they're just going to go ahead and take this tower. They've got a Cho'Gath to tank it, so that tower would have a lot of hits before it could successfully kill a Cho'Gath. I think he's back up to 6 stacks, isn't he? Yeah. So big. Very menacing. So yeah, they do take down that tower. Elise is here to push them back more. She does go ahead and try to land a stun in that bush. Luckily for Xin, he did end up backing off just beforehand. I don't think she would have been able to take him down because Swain was here to back him up if need be. But she would have been able to do a decent amount of damage to him. Now they're going to go ahead and fall back. The blue team is coming back out, trying to get their farm back. Do the jungle, get a little bit of farm mid, push the lanes back. I'll do as much as they can. There's a lot of farm down here for them, by the way. So Graves is going back. Blue team is now a bit over 7k behind. Almost 8k. So they've definitely lost their earlier lead, and they're in a bit of trouble here. It appears that the purple team has the stronger late game. I know Swain is actually really strong late game, and he did get a lot of ganks from the Xin to make sure that he stayed in this game. Without those ganks from Xin, it probably would have been a whole lot different, because he would have died a lot of times without any purpose. So they are coming down. It looks like they wanted... Oh, they were coming down. Now they're not. Now they're coming mid. There's no tower here for them to get, but they're going to go in, and Xin actually flashed, went in, and shoved that Syndra back. And Cho'Gath popped her up, so she was not able to escape. So down went the Syndra. There's a rampage for Graves, and now the purple team is just pushing. There was the stun on Xin. Oh, Ezreal just got hit by that. He did end up flashing out, but he was still there long enough that it did end up stunning him, but he was stunned far enough away that he doesn't care. There's the pop-up from Cho. The purple team is going in on this tower up here, and the blue team's really not able to do too much about it. Graves is actually blasting this tower down in the meantime, so he's just clearing these towers out, and the rest of his team is just cleaning up the rest of the blue team. Down that goes this tower. The Nexus is under assault. The Nexus is going to die as well because there's really nothing the blue team can do. So this is definitely GG. And boom. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the items here. We've got Cho'Gath, 202 CS versus Elise, who has 205. They're actually really close on CS. There's a big difference kills and assists, though. So Cho'Gath has Warmogs, Sunfire Cape, Wit's End, Mercury's Treads, Chain Vest, and a Sapphire Crystal. Elise has Sunfire Cape, Mercury's Treads, Hunting Guise, Giant's Belt, Doran's Ring, and an Amplifying Tome. Swain mid, 156 CS to 194. That's still the big difference there, but he was starting to catch up. But if you notice the kills and assists there, he is ahead of her now, whereas before she was ahead of him. He's got Zonya's Hourglass, Rada Ages, Sorcerer's Shoes with the Home Guard enchant, Haunting Guise, and a Health Pot versus Rabadon's Death Cap, Deathfire Grasp, Sorcerer's Shoes, and a Chalice of the Harmony. Sona has... we don't care about that, but she's got 16 assists versus 3 assists. That is huge difference there. I don't know how... I guess bot lane was just really, really slow for the blue team, so she got really far behind in assists there. That really hurts. So Sona has Lock of the Iron Solari, Ruby Sightstone, Ionian Boots of Lucidity, Chalice of the Harmony, or Chalice of Harmony, not the Harmony, Philosopher's Stone, and Emblem of Valor. She's building her Aegis Legion, or Aegis, or Aegis, however you want to say it, Aegis. And Soraka's got Shurelia's, Ruby Sightstone, Ionian Boots of Lucidity with no enchant. She actually, that's pretty interesting. She got rid of that. I guess it makes sense, getting out of the battles, but unfortunately it was not quite enough. Xin Zhao versus Jarvan. Xin Zhao has 119, Jarvan is 126, so he's a little ahead of Xin Zhao there. Xin Zhao has Runic Bulwark, Lock of the Iron Solari, Warden's Mail, Giant's Belt, Boots of Mobility, no enchant, Madred's Razors, versus Jarvan with Aegis of the Legion, Aegis, whatever, Lock of the Iron Solari, Mercury's Treads with the Home Guard enchant, Madred's Razors, and Null Magic Mantle. They're actually fairly similar, but he's definitely farther behind because 7-4-12 versus 2-2-2. Pretty big difference there. Finally, the AD carries. Graves has 255 versus 270 CS. 717 versus 361 though. That's a really big difference there that more than makes up for that CS difference. Graves has the Bloodthirster, Static Shiv, Last Whisper, Giant's Belt, Berserker's Grease, and Doran's versus Ezreal with Iceborne Gauntlet, the Bloodthirster, Black Cleaver, Berserker's Grease, and Doran's Blade. So there we go. That's the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. And I liked being able to see them both in the same team. Unfortunately, they were not able to win, but hey, that's how it works. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.